Omega quietly introduced a few new variations of the Planet Ocean to the Seamaster lineup this year. Now, these new watches, they're not getting a lot of mention. They're not getting fanfare amongst watch collectors, but they should. This release is amazing, and Omega proves that with a few small changes, they can significantly improve what was already a strong model line. And I have the linen dial on the fitted rubber strap to showcase today, and I will detail every change that makes this model so good. No exaggeration, this is the most subtly excellent watch that's in the Seamaster line. It has completely surprised me by how good the dial details are, how fun this watch is to wear. This watch has easily catapulted to the top of my personal interest list. Thank you to Exquisite Timepieces for lending in this new release for a review. Exquisite is a family owned AD in Florida. They sell over 60 brands, everything from Omega and Oris to Glasshuta Original and Grand Seiko. They take trade ins, they ship all over the country. I've partnered with them in creating watch content for years now, and I definitely recommend them to everyone. Links will be below. Now, what are the changes to this Planet Ocean that has improved the model so much? Well, surprisingly, at least to me, it's mostly toning down the gloss and the polish that is so dominant on the previous Planet Ocean releases. Now, Omega has changed the finish of this case to an all brushed finish. There are no polished areas here, at least that I can see. Now, personally, I'm never afraid of some pretty polishing, even on a sport watch, even on a diver, but there is something fitting about seeing the Planet Ocean case entirely brushed. The direction of the brush finish changes with the different surfaces of the case, and the place on the lyre style lugs that used to be high polish is now brushed with the direction following the flow of the lug, and I think it looks really good. Now, Omega has also changed the gloss ceramic bezel to a brushed ceramic bezel. Now, this bezel insert still reflects light, as does the brushed case, but it's far more subtle now. It's less noticeable, and I think that's an improvement. Omega has also loomed the white indexing within the bezel insert, just like they've done previously with the creamsicle, which is another personal favorite of mine. And I love this move. I think this looks excellent, and it adds some more legibility in low light conditions. The loom is fused with liquid ceramic, so there is no worry of scratching or damaging this luminous material as you use this sport watch with 600 meters of water resistance. Omega seems to have also tinkered with the bezel action, so this action is crisper, it's quieter, and it's also slightly easier to turn than other generations of the Planet Ocean that I've reviewed. Enhancing the tactile experience of a dive watch is an aspect that goes a long way in the consumer perception of the product, so another small but solid move on Omega's part. Now, Omega has also changed the dial material, its finish, along with the finish of the hands, markers, and the applied logo. This is referred to as a linen colored dial with a sand-blasted beige varnish. From a distance, it just looks like a tan-colored dial, but up close, you notice the texture, and it faintly glistens in the light when you move the watch head around, but it's extremely hard to pick up on. Don't expect a glittery diamond dust type of effect. This is muted, just like the new finish of the case, and the bezel insert is more muted. Now, the hands are a deep brush finish. The grain is very defined, and you can pick up on all the colors of the color spectrum when the light hits these hands just right. The beveled arrow shape is still the same. They're still nice and long and dimensional. The applied markers have the same satinization on the top of the form, but the side walls are polished, and that may be the only polishing found on the watch head. I think they look great, as do the applied Arabic markers. The brushed finish is very noticeable on those, and Omega also went to the length of brushing the applied logo. So this is easily seen on the Omega symbol, but it can be seen as well on the text if you look a little closer. Now, who would have thought that removing the gloss and the high polish areas from the Planet Ocean would result in such a sharp addition to the collection. And this next part is what makes it all successful. Without it, I think this watch would fall flat. So Omega made these small changes, but they managed to keep the watch from feeling too rugged or too toolish. When a watch gets a little bit too tooly, it feels brutal, it feels austere, and I don't think it can be worn day after day without getting old, or at least you get tired of how toolish it is. So with this watch, although it is more toolish than a shiny Planet Ocean, it still feels like it has some pop to it, some pizzazz, some excitement. And that's what I think is crucial to this success. Now, lastly, this watch comes on a fitted beige rubber strap. That color matches the dial. It complements the brushed bronze silicone nitrate ceramic bezel insert. The rubber is supple, it's textured, it's comfortable, and I think it looks really good. Now, what about the drawbacks? I think Omega missed badly with two different things. One is rectifiable, and the other is just plain annoying. Now, the worst part about this watch is the dark seahorse that is screened on this sapphire display crystal. I will never understand why watch brands do this. Either show me your logo or show me the movement. Stop trying to be cute and attempt to show me both. I think it dilutes the effect. Now, I love the 8900 movement. It is my favorite current Omega caliber, and I would love to see it unobstructed here. I think it's a beautiful movement. So maybe I'm being a bit dramatic, but this is the most annoying part of the watch to me, this crystal screening. Now, the other drawback is a rectifiable one, but it is the lack of an option to buy this on the stock Planet Ocean bracelet. As of the time of recording this video, this watch is only available on the fitted rubber strap, which means if you want to put it on the stock bracelet, you have to buy that from Omega separately, and that's not cheap. You add that cost into the increased retail price of $7,500, and this can become cost prohibitive for some watch collectors who want to wear this on the stock bracelet. So hopefully Omega makes this on the bracelet available at some point in the future. I think that would be a lovely option. Now, everything else about the watch is the same as the other Planet Ocean models. Same Meta certified movement, same excellent ARC coatings on the sapphire crystal, and the same wood style lacquered presentation box. Omega has taken a very solid model, and with a few small finish and material and color changes, they've made it my favorite Planet Ocean release to date. Along with this linen dial, Omega released a gunmetal dial and a brushed steel dial. Thank you again to Exquisite Timepieces for sending this one in for me to feature. I'll leave my sales associate Joe's information below for anyone interested in this or any other watch that Exquisite carries. They have excellent customer service. Lastly, if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe. I post videos like this every few days. Seiko, Omega, Doxa, Tudor, Breitling, Longines, you name it, I try to bring the variety. Your support is much appreciated.